I am former BA crew. My aviation career went back 16 years. Um, Prior to BA, I was at EasyJet. And obviously, EasyJet is actually quite a very well-established airline. Really good pay, very good benefits. I did get sick pay, but I left short haul to go long haul. Obviously, during training, your pay is reduced dramatically, which you know is going to happen. But unfortunately for me, 4 weeks online, whenever I obviously passed all training, etc., I had an emergency landing. From that, I sustained quite bad injuries to my knees, which I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Obviously, I had to take time off work for it. And how British Airways works it is that you've got your flights, but they take the money off you in advance. So not only are you put on to statutory sick pay, you're getting, you're expecting a wage of, it's minus like £700-800. And then you open your wage pack and it says, pittance. At the time, just going back, I think Adele said, this has been on for years. My experience was 5 years ago, and it's only taken me from 5 years until, believe it or not, 2 weeks ago, when I was in Edinburgh and I'd went up to see my friends, and we were talking about, I own my own house, but I haven't been able to move because I haven't been able to get the money to, have a bigger deposit, etc. And I got an Experian report through on the Sunday to say, congratulations, you've moved from poor to fair. Now, I done a little jig personally myself because I thought that was a massive achievement. Because it's taken me so long. I was obviously off from British Airways for quite a while. But they don't see the massive implications from that. Being new online, you won't, they just don't offer it. It's a massive, corporate company. They're very greedy. You just have to look at, Unite's campaign at the minute of what they're going through. Willie Walsh is walking away with a very, very massive handshake, and paying a lot of staff off. So they don't really care about the little people. We end up with bad credit ratings. If I didn't have, I think, and I mentioned in the video, if I didn't have the help of like my parents, my friends, I don't know how I would have been able to get through. There was sometimes that I'd be sitting in my house thinking, can I afford to put gas and electric on? Looking in your cupboards and thinking, right, I've got 2 slices of bread left. I'll use that. And I was very proud to ask my mum and dad for money because they're old and you don't want to ask them for money. So it's, 5 years later, kind of my head's above water, but it shouldn't take 5 years to get from A to B to get your head above water. Companies need to be looking and, seeing the bigger picture. I think if they were put on the breadline, their attitudes would completely change. And you're right, Adele, is what you said. It shouldn't have taken COVID for this to be highlighted. This is an issue that has been going on for far, far, far too long. And I think until you experience it, or until you understand it, then no one, I think it's all about education at the end of the day. And I think that's what needs to be brought out. So, whenever Joe had asked me to speak on this, I was shocked, but quite happy to do so, because it needs to be highlighted. But yeah, it shouldn't take this length of time. And at the time it was £98, I think it was. No, 89 £89 or something it was then. So yeah, 5 years is too long.